Goodness gracious. Okay. Um, okay. This is exciting. Um, this is our student spotlight interview um, from the Los Angeles Urban League's Project Ready 2.0. I am one of two program counselors. Makonnen Tendaji is my name. And with me, drum roll please, we have one of our best and brightest students in the program, Miss Ariana Hernandez, in the flesh, or in the virtual flesh, I should say. And hopefully over the course of a few questions, 10, 15 minutes or so, we get to just really talk and get to know you, Ariana, get to know who you are, where you come from, and where you hope to go um, in your, life, personally, professionally, academically, all those things. And so I'll let you kind of introduce yourself. You can give us a, a background, I guess you could say, a context for um, this conversation, right? So if you were to answer the question of, who is Ariana Hernandez, right? If you were to look at that question on the application for something and it said, "Who are you?" Right? What would you say?
I would say hi, my name is Ariana Hernandez. I'm 18 years old. I'm currently in my senior year at San Fernando High School, soon to be graduating. I would also say that I'm very hardworking and that I hope one day in the future to go to college and study computer science and possibly writing.
Very good, very good, excellent. Let me ask you kind of our first question, I guess you could say. What, or I should say, when did it kind of click for you that computer science was the route that you wanted to pursue in higher education?
I think for me, when it clicked was in 11th grade, was when I joined DIY Girls. Before it, I felt like I didn't really know what to do for the future. And then when I was introduced to this club and I joined it, I actually realized that I started to like coding and like what I was able to accomplish with my team. So I think it really helped me see what I wanted to do for my future and how much I enjoy, especially giving back to my community.
Okay, before computer science, before joining this club in 11th grade, what used to be the aspirations? What used to be the career goals for you?
Um, so when I was younger, like really little, maybe like 5, 6, I want to say, I wanted to be a doctor. But over the course that changed. But something I did discover that I did want to do while still trying to do computer science is writing. I think my love of writing grew more during quarantine. It's just something that I love to do and it helps me get my emotions out and it's nice to see what I'm able to accomplish. So I think along with computer science, I'd also love to write some things as well.
Okay, so when thank you. And so when talking about kind of the different aspirations taking shape right over the course of your life,
Mhm.
have there been and are there currently any individuals in your life who maybe, let's say it was that one third grade teacher, or it was, that one family member who really had a big influence and an impact on you in terms of um, really thinking about the future, right? Of course, we kind of like you said, right? When we're really young, we want to be an astronaut, we want to be a
Mhm.
doctor or whatever, and that changes, which is a good thing, right? Um, but those things, those thoughts don't come about without people around us who kind of give us that influence, right? And make that impact on us. So for you,
Yeah.
again, kind of taking us through you know, taking us through the course of your life, who would you kind of point to and say, well, this person really got me thinking about this, and this person helped me really kind of paint a picture with that?
If I had to pick, I would probably want to say my family, more specifically my parents, because they've been really supportive of what I want to do. I would also say my teachers in DIY Girls, which would have to be Stacy, Patty, and Joanna. Um, they helped me see STEM in a whole new light. And for them, I thank them because I don't think I'd be the person I am today without them.
Okay, thank you. And so let's bring the conversation to the present day, right? DIY girls, what is that? Talk to me. What do y'all do? What's the mission, right? Talk about some of your experiences and the lessons that you learned with this group.
So DIY Girls, what it is, it's a program where a bunch of girls come together, and what we do is we try to solve a problem in our community with software and hardware. I was on the software team, so I coded a lot. But before we actually get into our big project for the year, we start off with mini projects to help us like get used to like coding and working with hardware components and everything like that. This year, we made a project that our target audience was students, specifically high school and college. And what our goal was for this year was to make an app and a robot that would help remind students to do their work, and the robot would help encourage them to do their work. But what this app would also do was it would allow students to like do a session of work, but allow breaks in between so they don't feel overworked and stressed.
Wow. And so you all made an app essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had like a round of applause button on the soundboard. That's huge, right? That's major. So keeping with this, keeping with the conversation on DIY girls, right? How have you kind of processed just the what's the word? Just the concept, I guess you could say, of not just being in STEM, but being a young woman in STEM, and not only being a young woman in STEM, but being in a group, a club where there are other young women in STEM who see the barriers kind of in front of them and don't really bat an eye. It's just, no, this is DIY girls. This is what we want to do. This is our vision, right? How have you kind of processed that whole idea?
Speaking for myself, but also I would say speaking for the entire group, I would say it was like a very long process because for us working on this, there were so many barriers in the way. There were days where we were just like, oh my God, how much longer? But we pushed through. We tried to find as many things that we could to like work our way through and get the robot done and get the app done. So I want to say we know it's not easy, but we also know that, it takes time. It really takes time to just finish one thing, and that it's okay to make mistakes. I would
Absolutely.
say that's one of my biggest takeaways from that.
Absolutely. Definitely. And so keeping with this idea of obstacles and barriers, high school in and of itself, take away the clubs and the extracurriculars, high school is difficult, right? You're a young person growing up and you're trying to kind of, find your way, so to speak. And so you're going above and beyond by just the mere fact of joining a club. And it's not just a lunch table club where you just kind of talk and have fun. You're doing some real work. You're pushing yourself, right? Mentally, socially, right? And so over the course of your high school experience, what have you learned? It's like a two-part question. How have you been able to overcome those obstacles and those barriers? And then what have you learned about yourself when faced with obstacles and barriers?
Ooh, okay. So I want to say I'm going to talk about DIY again because
No,
it is
absolutely.
that has really helped. I feel that's something I really struggled with, especially coming into this club, was confidence, because something I feel that I sort of lacked, but I feel that this club helped grew it because I knew I would have to like encourage myself because we do a lot of presentations and stuff, and that would get me really nervous, but now usually I'm not as nervous. I also feel that like it just helped me in so many ways, in so many undescribable ways, that I just really have to thank them so much. And I also have to thank Project Ready, because I do enjoy this club and I am sad that we can't continue this in person.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And we've shared this with you already. Just, the Project Ready team, that, what makes Project Ready a unique program is that most of the mentoring and enrichment counseling programs, they just kind of go from, freshman year to senior year, or they're just 1 year, right? But we're really unique because it's like, no, we're just here, right? Through however many years, through however many stages of your journey, right? It's not like, oh, hey, you're a senior, the last year for you, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
once you graduate, all right, good luck.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So we're excited just thinking about, right, what the next step looks like for you and for the rest of our students, and just, just imagining like, wow, our seniors now are going to be in college next year, and then our juniors are going to be seniors, so on and so forth. And so that really kind of sets aside Project Ready from other programs, things like that. Last question, and this is, I like to do like a hypothetical brain, not teaser, but like a brain worker, right? Brainstorm type of a question. So what's today? Today's May 24th, right? 2022. So let's hop in a time machine, right? We're gonna time travel 5 years into the future. So it's May 24th, 2027, right? Mm-hmm. Walk me through where you are, what you're doing, if you're in school, what classes are you taking? If you're working, what's your job, right? Just kind of break down for me who you are and what you're doing 5 years in the future.
So in 5 years in the future, I kind of hope to either be like done with school or still in school. And I hope I'm working with classes that are like towards my major. I do also hope that once I would be finished with school, that I would be doing something computer science related, or if it involves writing, to be like writing something like a book or something. But I would also hope to be possibly in touch with either Project or DIY Girls, because I would love to give back to the community, because I feel that these two clubs have really helped me. So it would be nice to just give back and help them, because they helped me.
Absolutely. And speaking of school, talk to us. What college campus are you stepping on this fall? What college is in for a treat once you get there? Where are you going? What are you doing?
So right now I am committed to UC Riverside.
Woo! Round of applause. UC Riverside for computer science, right?
Okay, so this is
break it down for me.
So I thought I applied as computer science, but I actually applied with creative writing.
Okay.
Which is weird. And I talked to my counselor about that, and she said what I could do is I could always take classes and see what I could do to change my major to computer science.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to work my way to that, but I would also love to take some writing classes as well.
Absolutely, definitely. And I know that when it comes to that whole university process of not just changing a major, but like picking one, right, declaring for one, you really have the advantage in terms of going straight from high school to your freshman year at a university, because that first year and a half, sometimes 2 full years of school, you're taking your general education courses anyway, right? So it's not like you have to have it solidified once you get there, because you're getting there as a true freshman, right? So you have some time, definitely, which is a good thing, truthfully. I can think back to my own undergraduate experience, and if I could do it over again, I would definitely go in undeclared, right? And just kind of look at the different course offerings and kind of check out each department and each major, and really see, right, where I fit best. But you know, we learn by doing. So that's a good thing. That sounds good. That's all that I had in terms of questions and things like that that I wanted to hear from you. Did you have any last words of wisdom, any last thoughts that you wanted to leave us with?
I would say for anyone that's in high school, enjoy all the time that you have there because you never know. It can end in an instant and you will never realize it. And it's okay to make mistakes and to just take your time with everything because you never know how much time you have left.
Mm. On that note, I wish I could like push, you know, I wish I could have the curtains draw. Like, all right, the show's over, beautiful. But no, thank you, Ariana. I really do appreciate your insight and your perspective and you taking the time to let the spotlight shine on you because you definitely deserve it. With that being said, my name is Makonnen Tendaji. This has been our Project Ready 2.0 Student Spotlight. With me is our honorable guest, Ariana Hernandez, our true shining star of Project Ready. And we are out of here. Peace.